I'm a fan. There isn't anything I can do for you guys. Hello, guys.
Hey man.
Hey, how you doing?
You
I'm
see,
good.
I gotta have a talk with my dad here because this is unacceptable. Listen, yeah, my family is Chelsea and Arsenal and maybe a little bit of Man United. Yeah, because you see me because like I'm Ghanaian, right? So it's either like if you're Ghanaian, you're either Chelsea or Arsenal. Yeah, so my dad is Arsenal. My mom used to be Chelsea and then she met my dad and then they became Arsenal. My uncle,
Mm.
die hard Chelsea fan. You cannot tell this guy anything about Chelsea. You see Drogba, the way he loves that guy. Listen, when I was younger, yeah, my uncle made
Mhm.
me like a Chelsea fan. Like, I'm not gonna say that I was a big Chelsea fan, but I did like Chelsea. And like, if it wasn't for my dad, I would have grown up to become a Chelsea fan because I have like a Drogba poster, SCN poster, bro. I had to throw all of that out because my dad said you had to become an Arsenal fan. Today I was just looking at him and I was like, damn, the stress, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my.
And
Yeah.
all jokes aside, yeah, I want to mention one thing about Alex Runnison, yeah, is that even though he's not the best goalkeeper, people like you shouldn't abuse him, man. Like, come on, like,
Yeah.
listen, I know he's not the greatest goalkeeper, but we all know he was not going to be the greatest goalkeeper. So the fact that people are abusing him to the point where he has to delete his whole account, it's like that's the problem I have with Twitter, like and social media, because everybody just wants to act tough and like there's no need for that. But anyway, bro, listen, the struggle continues because it continues, man.
The struggle continues this weekend. It's not very far, man.
Mhm.
It continues this weekend.
Yeah,
Um.
because well, I mentioned something to
Yeah.
you the last time we are both having a conversation.
Yes, brother.
I said the reserve goalkeeper, even the third goalkeeper, they are not good enough to push
Mm.
Leno to his maximum. I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
that,
That is
and
that is
look
that
at
that is Runason and Matt Massey, right?
that's correct,
Yeah.
and look at what. But you get a £1 million goalkeeper. What do you expect?
You sell a 20 million goalkeeper and bring in a 1 million goalkeeper.
One
That is
million goalkeeper. So what do you expect? So
that is
that is, it's not.
19,
Yeah.
19 million.
And again, what I want to say is, even though if it is Leno in goal yesterday, any Arsenal fan that is expecting Arsenal to go out that yesterday to go and beat Man City, that Arsenal fan is a joker.
Deluded.
I am telling you right now. Even though if it is Leno in goal
You got to be
yesterday,
smoking.
it, that's right. Because I didn't expect Arsenal to come up with a win that yesterday. It's Man City.
Mm.
If you understand what I mean. You mentioned something earlier. You said Arsenal only need one injury to be in the relegation. Arsenal doesn't need an injury. They are in the relegation battle already. They don't
We
need
just need
no
Arteta.
injury. We just, you understand what I mean. And I said it, and Relentless said it as well. I think there's another guy that was on the show said it as well. As long as we keep this guy, I am telling you right now, it will keep getting worse.
Mm.
As long as this manager is still in this position, it will keep getting worse. But I still I respect Nolan for his loyalty, for his supporting, keep supporting the team. We are still supporting the team. Everybody wants the better for the club. That
Yeah.
is why every single Arsenal fan have their own separate opinion. However, every single Arsenal fan that are YouTubers, I would mention the name like DT, like Lee, like AFTV. We
Hi.
all need to stop fighting each other. We all need to work together and stop this before it get worse. If fans keep getting fighting each other, how are we going to stop it? We can, because AFTV, if they are fighting Lee, Lee is fighting DT, DT is fighting Lee, because we are not we don't have we are not concluding in. Look at when there's one time when Newcastle wants to get rid of their manager because their fans stand as one. They all march all the way to their stadium and they call for the head of the manager. The next day the managers get sacked.
Mm.
If everybody wants, if you want Atata in, we all have to be one. If we want Atata out, we all have to be one. One part cannot be saying that, okay, we Atata in, and one part cannot be saying Atata out. We just have to come one. We just need to stop fighting each other and become one and get this stopped before it get worse. I'm telling you right now, if Arsenal goes to championship, we're going to lose a lot of fans. A lot of young kids growing up now, they're
Yeah.
seeing Liverpool playing good football, Chelsea playing good
Yeah,
football, Man City
Mercy,
playing good football.
Mercy, you want to
You
know what
understand?
happened this morning? You want to know what
Yeah,
happened to me this morning? So
yeah,
I
Yeah.
got my little cousin. He's about what, maybe 10 years old. I got him an
yeah.
Arsenal shirt. Yeah, and I don't usually buy Arsenal stuff because I'm not giving this
Mm,
club any more money, bro. But I
Mm.
got him an Arsenal shirt. It was a kid's one. It wasn't that
yeah.
expensive. And I think it had Aubameyang at the back. So
Mm,
I give it to my little cousin. Yeah, this is why I say we're losing a generation of fans. We are
yeah,
literally
that's
losing
right.
a generation of fans. He's 10 years old, by the way. He said,
Mm.
"I wanted a Chelsea shirt." I'm like, "Is this kid mad about wanting a Chelsea shirt?" I said, "I said I thought you were an Arsenal fan." He's like, "No, no, no. I like Chelsea." And
You
I'm
know.
like, kids don't even want to support Arsenal right now because he's
Mm.
10 years old and he knows Arsenal is crap. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? I mean, what's going on? I mean, this is crazy, man. We're losing a generation of fans. We need to start winning because once you start winning, that's when fans start to get back on side. Because if you lose a
You, you,
generation of fans, you're
you
not
know, you
going to
know what
generate
I
as
mean.
much money.
Listen, Man City, Manchester City that beat Arsenal yesterday. They used to be in the caliber of like West Ham or West Brom.
Exactly
You
right.
understand what I mean? Man
Yeah.
City cannot even stand Arsenal. They go to Emirates, they just feel that they've lost the game already.
Mm.
My wife, she's Man City fan. When the game wants to start yesterday, she said, "Oh, if you guys win, you will be lucky." That's what she said to me. I said, "I'm not expecting us to win."
and
You understand?
and guys, that is very true. When I was in school, I had this diehard. We were two diehard Arsenal fans. I remember our weakness was we never had Champions League, and that was the defense. Manchester United and Chelsea fans used to take against us. We never had, but we could fight. We could win debates. We could, we could stand in there for the club. And when I made a podcast, he told me, "Because this is good." The man turned into a Liverpool fan all over the sudden. I was like, "What? How did you become?" I'm not joking, guys. It's true, and this thing has been going on and on and on. I don't think I can influence a young, right now a young kid to join
Mm.
Arsenal. The
No,
past 30 years.
they will not even, they will just tell you that Arsenal is shit. That's what the young kid is gonna tell you. They will just say, "Oh, I'm not supporting Arsenal because they're rubbish." That's what they're gonna say. You
Yeah,
understand? It's really, really sad to see Arsenal team in this situation. It is absolutely like,
I know.
oh man.
And to make things worse, I mean, this report is not really verified, but let me just bring it on for discussion. There are reports saying that Aubameyang and Mikel Arteta are actually on crossroads. I don't know if you guys have seen, this report somewhere.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that.
but
Yeah,
I think it's
listen,
true,
it's
you know. It
just,
might be true.
I'm telling you, it's just like, it's just the news, it's just the gossip anyway. I won't believe that. So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the only thing I would say is, when I saw it, I don't even go ahead to read it anyway. So I don't believe in things like that. Well, well, it can happen, but Aubameyang is the captain of the club. It's not going to, if they're having misunderstanding, they will just sit down and just talk it out. They're not going to be arguing. They will just sit down and talk it out, and the manager and the captain. So
You, you
that's
you see, Mostly the problem is maybe the player is not maybe it's not personal, but the player is not
Mm.
happy with the way things are being done by the
Yeah.
manager. That's the problem. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, for example, now if Aubameyang is not happy with anything that is going on within the club or within the selection of player the manager is putting in the team,
Yeah.
if Aubameyang sit down and talk to manager about the way the press is going to bring it out, you will think that they are kind of exchanging blows. That is the
Yeah.
way you understand the way Media is, just for them to sell their papers or whatever they're selling. So it's probably it's just like a normal conversation, and they just kind of blow it out as what they normally do anyway. So
you want to know why? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
No, Must you can finish.
Yeah, no, I'm done. Yeah, carry on. Just go on. Yeah.
The reason why I think it's true, it's because Aubameyang is a striker, and that's all he is. And that's not me having to go at him, but that's the type of player he is. That's just the only thing he's really good at is scoring goals. And if you've been scoring goals, he's been scoring goals his whole career. This is the worst run he's ever been on in his whole career. Just think how old Aubameyang is. He's kind of old, and he's been scoring goals for fun for years. So if you look at the system, and you look at the team, we're losing game after game after game. It's literally like, what's the difference between us and a team like Burnley? He might as well go play for Burnley, because he get the same amount of goals over there. So he's probably frustrated. He's frustrated. He's like, I want to score goals.
He's kind of frustrated. I want to be good vibes. What I want to pick up in there, before Aubameyang signed his new contract, they might probably promise him that, Aubameyang, we're gonna, Ozil is not going to be part of our plan for this season, but we're going to get you another creative midfielder that is going to be creating chances for you, that you're going to be scoring goals. And they went out to go and get William, and William is not doing what they expect him to be doing. If you understand what I mean. So I wouldn't compare, because William and Ozil, they are absolutely two different players. If Ozil can be, if Arteta can get rid of Ozil for football reason, then what is the difference between what Ozil is doing and what William is doing now? Because the guy just walk around.
Glenn, what do you think? You think Aubameyang, Mikel Arteta, there could be hot fire in there, and we do not know. I didn't believe the story, to be sure, because he has been picking Aubameyang all the time. But then I thought it, and I'm like, if Aubameyang does not agree with what you call the non-negotiables, which are actually trash and stinking of Mikel Arteta, then probably there could be a point in these stories.
I really wish you couldn't come to me, but I'm here to talk about positive things. The basketball season has started. I can see Cavaliers is playing against Wizards today. Golden State Warriors played yesterday. I'm tired talking about Arsenal. Like, every time I come on this podcast,
both of my teams lost yesterday.
Yeah, I just get sick. Like, everything is going wrong, Nathaniel, isn't it? So I don't think it's true. I agree with Mozi. I don't think it's true. Obviously, when you're having a bad run, people just start story after story after story to break it down even more. That's what they do. They're enjoying it. That is why after we lose 4-1, they want Arteta to come for an interview first ahead of Guardiola, so that they can milk out everything negative that he has to say. That's what they do. So I don't think it's true.
Because they know Arteta's going to come out with nonsense.
Yeah, because Aubameyang did say 2 months ago something before he signed that he's signing his contract because of Arteta. So I just don't understand why it can go wrong after 2 months. Yes, the results are bad, but he did talk positively about him. William did the same thing. So I don't see how it can go badly wrong. But the thing that would happen, maybe the time we think about stripping him off that captaincy, then things will get bad. I don't think he'll feel good about it, but I don't think he's supposed to be Arsenal captain. I don't know how we are going to take it off him, but I don't think he's supposed to be Arsenal captain. So I don't think it's true. I just think it's the media talking about it. But obviously, things are not good in our club right now. Things are very wrong.
All right, big up everybody.
But Glenn, Glenn, you want to know why? You want to know why I say parking the bus football is not sustainable? It's because it's the perfect kind of tactic to use when you first get in a team, because because at that time we first get a team, you start managing a team, you don't know how the players play, so you just basically tell them to just keep it simple, just park the bus, no patterns of play, just hit the counter attack. And this is why I always say I rate Jose Mourinho, even though he plays football the way I don't really like to watch his football. But the reason why he goes from club to club, because parking the bus football is not sustainable. Players want to express themselves. at all times. Yeah, and when Arteta came in, it was a new thing for the players. They were like, "Oh, okay." Aubameyang was happy because he was still able to score, and then the reason why I say it's not sustainable because a few months later, all of a sudden Aubameyang can't score a goal. Why is that? Because the system has been the same system for months. Yeah, and I don't want to make this an Arteta out show, but that just goes to show you that the players they used to believe now that nothing's on the line. Now it's not. They're not like in the FA Cup final. They're like, I don't have to play for this guy anymore. I can just do whatever I want. They're letting the complacency take over the team. That's the problem. So it's Mikel Arteta needs to motivate. If he's gonna stay in January, yeah, he needs to magically find a way how to motivate these players because we're just gonna go down the table.
Yeah, but I that's the thing. I don't know how he's gonna kind of get the best and motivate those players to just kind of up their game, because right now anything they do is not falling in place.
And,
Anything
and,
at all.
and look, Moses,
They
the
don't
club,
believe anymore.
Yeah.
and the environment we are in, and the club is just not acceptable.
Mm.
When you say that you're going to take 25% pay cut when you get relegated,
And it means they're planning for the championship already.
it's like you're planning for the championship.
You're planning for relegation already.
I think you should have said, if we survive, if we finish top 10, we are giving you kind of boost. But then you say that, I mean, are we planning for championship? Anyway.
Yeah,
I don't want.
but you mentioned something earlier, Kazi, before everybody comes in.
Yeah.
A player like Gabriel, at least, even though since the day that Mustafi refused to sign a new contract, which we don't want him at the club anyways, you shouldn't be kind of playing him next to a defender that is going to be in the club for a very long time.
Exactly.
You should be kind of, this is the time. Okay, I need to kind of know. I know the person that is staying at the club. I need to kind of know my back four. Yeah, if you understand what I mean. Then every single fan, they are calling out for Saliba. Is this manager telling me Saliba is worse than Mustafi, or is this Saliba is worse than what's it called, Rob Holding? And they even offering Rob Holding a new contract.
When I saw about
ridiculous. You need to tell me.
Yeah.
You need to tell me, Alex Runnison, a goalkeeper that had a 50% save percentage, one of those statistically one of the worst goalkeepers in Europe last season, can get a game over Saliba. Is this what we're doing now? I don't understand what's going on. How is Runnison, who might not even be, I'm not even trying to be rude, he might not even be a championship level goalkeeper. And we're starting him. He's getting game time over Saliba.
I really want to talk about yesterday's game, but you can bring location before I start talking about yesterday's game.
Binu, how are you doing?
Hey, big up, guys.
How are you doing?
Big up.
Actually, I'll start with you, Binu. The lawyer of William Saliba is coming out. They want to meet the team. They want to have talks. This has gone too far. The player, of course, if you're a player, you've been playing consecutively for 2 good seasons, and you spend a whole season without playing football, it's affecting your career. He's a young player, highly rated. He left so many good clubs to sign for us. Do you see a possibility of us losing Saliba, Binu?
I think probably he might go on loan because I don't know why. I think so. Arteta doesn't rate him. Otherwise, you can't say me he's worse than Holding. He's worse than Mustafi. He's worse than Socrates. You can't say like that. So I think I think the manager clearly doesn't rate him. And and you saw the comments when his post with him and Gendis and Pepe. So it's like a connection with them. It's as I mentioned earlier in your podcast, I told there is a divide in this group. So there are some players who wants to work with Arteta. There are some players who's just middle. Okay, might work with him. There are some players who doesn't want to work with him at all. So that's the main thing is happening, because that there's a big divide in this dressing room, which causes like making himself that tough decision. So that's the main reasons why I think so. Like Arteta doesn't want him,
Mm.
or maybe doesn't rate him. So like that's one of the main issues. And second of all, like as we said, like the board, like they're saying like they have to back they will back Arteta. Okay, like our fans, like there are some of the fans in division, like they're from Arteta in and Arteta out. As Mosi clearly said, like we should unite together, like whether it's Arteta in or Arteta out, and like and make to a conclusion. Just look at Liverpool at 2010 when Roy Hodgson was a coach. Like so, like was managers, and like we all Liverpool fans united them and wanted to get rid of and wanted a new structure change. So like there's no use of fighting with each other. The main problem is is with this is love fans, because like the board, the owner, they clearly observe us, many of the fans, especially they observe AFTV, they might observe League Gunner. So like mention few names. So like they observe them, and one will say like they are backing him, one will say they are not backing him. So like they will like reach into a conclusion that where like let them fight together. We will do what us want. So like they don't clearly have a clue with the fans what they're saying, and that is one of the major reasons like we are in this crisis right now, because like our fans are divided now, and on the pitch with the teams, then the group is divided, so there is no sticking together with this.
Yeah, I kind of understand what you're saying there, but because there are some fans that are saying that the Atata stays, there are some fans they're saying Atata goes. What I'm trying to say there is like everybody has to come to become one. We first of all, we Arsenal fan, we need to stop fighting each other. Then we need to kind of say, okay, Ateta is at the moment is not doing good because he only just been in the job for just about a year. Let's give Ateta till New Year. Let's see whether they're going to back him. If the club back him and he gets the player that he wants in, and the results carry on the way it is right now, then it gotta go.
Yeah,
If you
definitely.
understand what I mean. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just by agreeing to that, and when next year comes and the result is still carry on like that, then everybody we are one. We can just like okay, it needs to go now. If you understand what I
Yeah.
mean, but right now people are saying that okay stays in, but people are saying that we're gonna back him. People are saying that well he hasn't got time. This is a result business. There's no time. If you understand, if you're not getting result, I'm pretty much sure that if Atata is managing it like maybe probably about 5 teams below us, and he's get like he played 10 games with no result, he will have gone by now.
Yeah,
They
he's
will have
sacked.
sacked him by now.
Sacked by now. Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's
this is not like
Arsenal.
the past, because like in past, like in 1990s, like in 2000s,
Mm,
like till 2000s or 2000 till 2010, like they will give some time for a manager. But like in this modern generation, the fans can't hope for too much patience, and the board will not give him patience. So this is one of the main reasons of this manager's duty, because like if they can't cope up with this team or with this club, then then they have to get sacked, or like they have to leave, because it becomes into a pressure, like it goes out of the control.
mhm. Yeah, of course. Because the chance this manager is getting, Emery doesn't get that at all.
Yeah, he didn't
It's
get it.
gone. It's gone way over what Emery has, and Emery is not losing game constantly the way he's losing it. So Emery doesn't go 10 games without with it just, Emery doesn't play 10 games straight and only won one of them.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
understand what I mean? So it's just at the moment I would say he's gone way over the the limit. I would say right now. Well,
So I agree
yeah.
with Mosey when he said he doesn't want fans to fight. I also don't want that. I don't want to see people throwing their phones. I don't want to see Cozy making videos of 10 players who need to leave Arsenal. I want him to make videos of 10 players who performed well for Arsenal
Mm,
this season,
yeah.
such kind of videos. So Saliba, I do watch the under 23 games and under 21s. he's not as good as Gabriel, but he's not worse than Mustafi and Kolasinac for sure. So from yesterday's game, man, so some other things that people didn't notice. So before that, we gave away that second free kick, the Maris goal that Ranason fluffed. Before we gave away that free kick, they had the ball in the middle, and I think Ceballos and Jesus knocked each other down, and they both fell down, and Ceballos got up. City was still attacking us. Ceballos goes back to pick up Jesus. Mentality. Let me tell you why I was so frustrated with that. They're attacking us and is going to pick up a City player. Jesus wouldn't come to pick if he was going to score a goal. In the first half, Martinelli was down. Ceballos didn't go to pick him up. Martinelli was lying down for almost 5 minutes. Lacazette went to him after 5 minutes. The player who was saved during that first half, and no one seems to care. He was lying down for 5 minutes. No one goes to check up on him. I'm not saying it's a must. You don't have to come back from the right midfield side to the left midfield side to check on him. You don't have to. But why would you go and pick up Jesus? And then at halftime, Martinelli was struggling to come off. Guess who went for him? The only good player at Arsenal right now, Gabriel Magalhaes. He went to pick him up to tell him, let's go. You've actually helped us. I hope you're well. No one else. Mustafi wouldn't do that. He doesn't care. He's going to leave. Why would he care about Arsenal? He doesn't care about the fans. He's going to leave. Kolasinac doesn't care. He knows.
The main reason, yesterday's game, I think I have messaged in the group yesterday, when it was 1-1 at the halftime, I told we have still hope, because when we get a draw, we used to park the bus full time. So in my mind, I thought Arteta will second half will surely park the bus the whole game and would not concede goal, and it's penalties and inshallah. But the way that the second goal went off, then I thought the game is over, because we couldn't. Because if we score the second goal, we can't score the second goal. We can barely score the first goal. We can't score the second goal because from the last 3 months, we haven't scored more than 2 goals. The last more than 2 goals we scored in the Premier League was against Sheffield. After that, we haven't scored anything more than a goal. So that's the main reason. I wanted okay, for first time, I would agree with Arteta and let him park the bus for the second half and hope for penalties. At least it won't be at least an embarrassment. But and second of all, the thing is the lack of leadership. There's no lack of leadership. I don't know why he is giving Mustafi the captain when he doesn't have any lack of leadership skills, and he's leaving Barcelona, which I hope he goes soon, as soon as possible.
Yeah, I just want to.
Last point before.
I just want to quickly
touch
say
on your point.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Glenn.
I want to touch on your point because earlier you said about Arsenal fans crazy thinking we were going to win the game. I didn't think we were going to win the game, but the game was 1-1 next to 60 minutes. I want, if you're losing that game, let's lose 2-1, and then people will be like, you know what? We tried against City, but not 4-1. So I don't agree in terms of we were going to be beat down. If they didn't make that mistake, probably would have lost maybe 2-1 or something if we had stayed in the game. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but the game yesterday, all the 4 goals Man City scored.
Yeah.
They never work hard for it.
Yeah, they were gifted.
Every single 4 goals. Huh? What did you say?
They were gifted goals.
They were gifted.
Merry
goals.
Christmas,
but the goals the only single goal that we scored, we have to work hard for it. You understand what I mean? And again, another news that is that I can see now that they said Barcelona want Mustafi. I want to quickly touch on that one. But I'm not sure whether
I would drive him to.
Yeah. No, I think it's a long deal. It's a long deal for 6 months, and his contract will expire next summer. I think it's just for the 6 months.
Yeah, I want to quickly touch on that one. This Everton defender, Yeremina. I'm sure everybody knows Yeremina, right? He used to be a Barcelona player, right?
Barcelona, yeah.
So how many between Yeremina and Mustafi? Who are you going to take right now?
So I'll take you ahead of Mustafi.
How is Mustafi going to go to Barcelona? I think he can get into that Barcelona first 11. Yeremina cannot even get in there.
He can't even get.
No. It's for the sport them because PK is injured, then they don't have a defender like that. So they're relying on 18-year-old one defender because PK is injured. So for just for a 6 months loan deal, just for a squad depth inside there for defend. defender. Like they're just buying, like loaning him.
Yeah, and I also think Barcelona are no longer treating themselves with the respect the way they used. I don't think they are still that club that used to, the club we knew 8-10 years ago, the Barcelona we used to fear, the Barcelona that you knew Mustafi's name cannot come close to Barcelona. I think Barcelona are no longer that club anyway.
I just think Barcelona is not recruiting the right manager like Arsenal at the moment. That is what the problem is.
I think they're probably
Like I think it's because of the president and all, like they had issues, right? So maybe it's that, and the managers issues. Yeah, we know like last time Ronald Koeman was at Southampton, like he was in this situation. He lost like 10 games and he won against us 4-0. I remember that match, like when Arsene Wenger was in charge. I think it was like in 2016, I think so. Yeah, like he was losing to West Brom, Burnley, then Liverpool, and all, and in the middle of the result, and I can see like they defeated Arsenal 4-0.
Yeah, guys. Let me just switch you a little to January. It looks like any player we are going to go for, we are going to buy them highly expensively. The reason is all clubs know that we are desperate now and we have no way out. So whenever you knock on a door, it's going to be expensive. I was looking at a story today that Emi Buendia's price had increased from 25 around 30 million to 40 because we are interested. And Real Madrid also saying if you want Isco, you're gonna have to pay cash down. Obviously, we have no choice. They know all clubs know we don't have a choice. Look, don't you think, guys, this is going to be a harder transfer window than we expected? Because we want it to be a bed of roses. We want it to be green. We want it to be, whatever kind of good, But don't you think, guys, it's going to be a very hard one? If Buendia is at 40, that means, Lyon is going to look at a one. They're like, if they're giving you Buendia at 40, we are giving you a 70.
Okay, let me quickly touch on that one, because January is a window that no club wants their player to leave.
Exactly.
It's a very difficult window for clubs. You can say at some point when Arsene Wenger was Arsenal manager, he was actually contemplating to scrap January window. So a lot of what's it called? A lot of clubs will say because it's January, it's only 1 month window. We're going to put a crazy price on our player, which they know that the team is not going to kind of want to pay that price. They will just leave us alone. So it's going to be very difficult. And another thing I want to say is, instead of Arsenal knows that January is just around the corner, right? Instead of them now, and they know the position they are, they're supposed to go out now, nice and early, get all the business done. Anybody they want to sign, they should go out there, sign that person. I can bet you right now, Arsenal will leave their business to the last week of the transfer window.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
I'm really praying.
Okay, continue.
I'm not even sure if we can even negotiate properly. There's a reason we got Partey, because we can't negotiate. That's why we didn't get Aouar. Because if you just pay the buyout, because you don't have to negotiate anything, you already paid the money. So,
but the Partey has got a clause, 45 million, no negotiable. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But Aouar has got a clause that is negotiable. That's why they're doing that.
How Musi said, how Musi said, if we are that much ambition, we should have done the deals by now, or we should have started the deals a week ago. Because remember, last time, before the January transfer window, this guy Hakim Ziyech, he joined Chelsea on December itself. They signed the contract, and they wanted for the summer for this year replacement for Willian. They signed on November itself. That's how ambitious they are, because they have that ambition and they want to quickly replacement the player. But we are not doing that. We will do at the end of the last deadline day, and maybe we sign a loan deal.
I mean, if that happens, please, I don't want to happen. I don't want to see a one loan deal in January. That would be undermining us. That
And this Buendia 40 million, I'm not taking that because like 40 million is still expensive in my opinion. If they want to buy Buendia, like I think the better option is like buy Awa first because like Awa is 45 million. So like if we buy Awa for 45 million, at least we can get the reduced value of Buendia and say like we don't have that much money and we can negotiate with them. Or else like remember like last time like when they kept on asking Leon kept on asking for 55-60 million because like we have spent money on Pepe and this Aulas that Leon president was telling if they can pay 72 million for Pepe then why can't they spend 60 million for Awa?
yeah, man.
Yeah, Aulas had clearly said that. And so that's the main reason. Like, if you want to buy the player which has the cheaper option first, then buy the player. Like, if they are raising the targets, make it low.
But remember, Pepe, the Arsenal doesn't pay the whole 72 million outright for Pepe. They pay by direct debit, I think.
I think we are paying across 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, so
No, 1 year, I think it's 20 million.
Look at
And we are getting what you're paying for. We are getting the moment we pay another 20 million, maybe he'll start using his right foot. After we pay another 10 million, maybe he'll start using his header. So Lokesh says that they should have started negotiation. Lokesh says we should have started negotiating one week ago. We should have started negotiating 10 years ago. Right now, we're in big trouble. Like, if we don't sign players, I don't care how much Buendia is cozy. Even if it's 60 million, they need to start paying because I don't want what Moses said to happen. I don't want us to go out of the FA Cup and the Europa League and then they start buying players on February 1st. I don't want that. Players should be in on January 1st. 4 players. Mustafi out of the door, Socrates out of the door, January 1st. I don't care about your new year and who you're with your family. No, call them and get them out of the club January 1st. I don't see them here anymore.
Yeah, but
we have to sell 5 players.
what I want to say is any player that wants to come to Arsenal now, they know the position where Arsenal is, right?
Yeah.
They will probably want to put it into their contract that if for any reason Arsenal get relegated, they will want to leave. It's true. They will do that because they won't want to stay at Arsenal without that in their contract because they will want to go and play for a team in the Premier League or they will want to go and play for a team that is higher than Championship that Arsenal is in.
Because
in our childhood we used to listen to it, champions. Now we are listening to whoa. Now we are going to be in relegation the Sky Bet Championship.
Cozy.
We are going to
Oh
be
my
signing
God.
players. We are going to be signing players.
We're going to be listening to
and putting clauses in their contracts. If we get relegated, we shall cut these wages we are giving you by 25%.
Yeah, but for Arsenal to be saying that if we get relegated, all the players will lose 25%. What does that say? What does that that
if we get relegated, half of the squad will leave.
They started planning for life in the Championship already. So
screw that 25%. If we get relegated, we can't even leave our houses. Screw that 25%. We wouldn't even be able to leave our houses. Yeah, man.
I'm just staying in my room.
I've already seen memes going around when Willian scores a tap in against Doncaster Rovers in League 1. Have you seen those trolls, guys?
And his knee sliding. Bami is doing front flips against QPR and North London Dog.
But he will play against Chelsea.
Yeah, man. But before we even talk about that, guys, do you know that if we get relegated, we are losing a lot of players? Aubameyang probably would want to go. You would want Gabriel would, Barcelona probably would, a lot of quality players would want to leave.
For sure, I can guarantee all the senior players will want to leave.
That only puts us in even a more complicated situation. Even if we finish 15th or 14th, so many players are going to to look at this club as a sale of a dream, and they're like, I want to leave. Please let me go. And it only puts us in a more difficult situation.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
correct.
we already have championship level players, so we might as well go down, right? You
Championship
know what I mean?
level,
Like,
League Two
Well,
level.
I don't even think that those players
well,
are
we got
capable of playing in
Bellerin.
the championship. Bellerin is not. Tell me
Yeah,
which championship team that is going to take Bellerin to someone that cannot take a
I
throw.
don't know. Maybe League
Oh my
Two, maybe
goodness.
National League, maybe National League. He'd be playing against
Because
BTFC.
I actually said I want Bellerin to stay at Arsenal. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I drank on that day. I've just seen him more and more, and I'm just like, no. Like, terrible. Like, you said 10 players who need to leave Arsenal. There are like 20 of them. 10. There are like 20 of them. You're asking Chambers and Holding, both of them. Sell them both. They're
We
all
have
useless, all of them.
Man, I hope this Bellerin goes to Barcelona when this Laporta becomes his president because he's ready to pay 22 million. I just hope like we will do a double swoop with him and Mustafi.
May if they wants to pay 2 million for Bellerin, I'm happy. Let him
Yeah,
go.
I'm happy. Yeah,
I,
same me.
so
I was
happy.
I was selling for I was selling for a bottle of water. I wouldn't even sell them for money. I'll just sell them for a bottle of water. That's what it's worth.
Yeah. an empty one, an empty bottle of water, because it's useless.
let me ask you guys, and this question goes, per individual. If we brought in a manager of your choice, for example, like me, I'm Allegri, Simeone. If we brought in a manager of your choice, how long would you give them to steady the board? I'll start with Glenn.
I know you, Nathaniel, Mosey, all of you wanted it out, but I don't, because I'm still waiting for January. That is because I know they're not going to bring those managers you're talking about. Yeah, I told you they're going to bring Matasaka if he gets sacked. They're going to bring Matasaka and it's going to be worse. They're not going to bring Allegri. They won't pay that money. But let's just say I want a manager. I'd probably agree with you. Like Allegri, how long would I give him? Oh, man, you can't give him a year again. This team cannot be corrected in a year. I think it has to be, if you bring him now, you have to give him this season, the whole of it, and then the whole of next season.
So are you willing to give Arteta the whole of this season and the whole of next season?
No, I can't just say that. I'll give him January transfer window. I see which kind of players he's targeting and which players he's signing. I wouldn't keep him if we lose the next. If we buy players in January and then still lose the rest of the games in January, definitely not. I'd make sure I get him off before we start the Europa League campaign again. So I'm giving him the January transfer window. Yes.
Do you think we'll beat Benfica?
Right now, definitely not. But after January transfer
They
window,
wiped
hopefully.
the floor with us. They take us to the cleaners. They were absolutely.
Yeah.
They were
Do you
licking
think
their lips when they got drawn to us.
Do you think we'll beat West Brom, or leave alone Benfica? Do you think we'll beat West Brom?
West Brom, bro, we can't beat West Brom.
We can't score a goal, leave alone beat West Brom. How will we score a goal?
Nathan,
Cozy, please, it's depressing. Let's just talk about the 2021 Olympics or something, please.
No, let me quickly say one thing. If we bring an experienced manager in, because this manager that we have, for example, we bring in Allegri in, or we bring in Simeone. These are the guys that have been in the game for a very long time. If they are losing, they know what to do to kind of come back into the game. If they're winning, they know what to do to manage the game to the end. These are the experienced manager. And I can say now that if you bring an experienced manager in, within 3 months, you will start to see their DNA on that team. However, the players Arsenal has got now, these are the player like Mustafi, a player like like Lazinak, all those players. Those are the players, they've gone past their prime. They cannot get better than what they are right now. If you understand what I mean. If an experienced man, this is the reason why you see all these youngsters, they are not getting better themselves, because they are not playing next to a good player themselves anyway. So if an experienced manager came into Arsenal right now, then within 3 months, it will work with those young players and is going to push them to their maximum. Then it will try and get something out of them. It will know which senior player that needs to play next to this young player for him to kind of get better. If you look at Liverpool team, for example, they just don't kind of bring all the young players. Look at all the young players they're bringing in, because they know that if they go into this Liverpool first team, they have to up their game. Arsenal youngsters, if they comes into the Arsenal first 11, they will just have it at the back of their mind that the senior player is not pushing himself. Why should I? If you understand what I mean. So it's a Liverpool team, the senior player like Anderson, he knows that if the young player is not doing the right thing, it's gonna be he will get told off. He will tell, look, if you don't want to play, just get out the pitch. You understand what I mean? But Arsenal player, this is the reason why Evra was saying that Arsenal, they're too soft. They cry like babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many of those players at Arsenal.
So many. No, that's why this is where leadership comes in. No person in that Arsenal team that can go to another player and tell, look, if you're not pulling your weight, just tell the manager that you don't want to be here. Go out, or go and sit on the bench. Let someone that wants to play football come onto the pitch, and we can win this game.
Yeah.
And because I saw the old Arsenal yesterday. The moment you concede the second goal, everyone just drops, and the third one goes in, the fourth one goes in, the fifth one goes in. That was the old Arsenal.
Yeah. You know.
Hey, we're gonna end up like Darlington FC. If we continue, we're gonna end up big up Ian.
Darlington says, he says, we were made bankrupt in 2011, reformed in 2012, have had three promotions, and currently a fan-owned National League North club. We were donated for
demoted 4 leagues.
I'm still on it.
Bro, that's the next right there.
So Mosley, if you bring in this experienced manager, how long do you give them? Because it looks like we are in a situation where Liverpool were at some point in time. They have all crap players. They signed Charlie Adams. They signed. At that time, they thought they were right players. The Stuart Downings of this world. And when Klopp comes in, he tells us, guys, this is not quality. This is just, blind quantity. So he's given time. He clears out his squad. But even before that, Brendan Rodgers had used this team, and you saw a touch of a manager on those crap players who do not exist right now at Liverpool. Even when Klopp comes in, some of these players are actually not playing so well, but he tried to force some football out of the Lallanas, out of the Jordan Hendersons, So how long do you give this experienced manager?
For example, I'm gonna use Carlo Ancelotti for example, right? When Carlo Ancelotti goes to Arsenal, you can see straight away what he wants to do. You can see the DNA, the way Ancelotti played. That determines how long this experienced manager is getting. I don't see Everton's, sacking Ancelotti anytime soon. If you understand, that's why I said, if this experienced manager comes in within 3 months, you'll start to see the DNA, the way the experienced manager wants to play. Then that determines, okay, we can see what this manager is trying to do here. We can see we can see a pattern of play. Then, you can just say, oh yeah, he's going to be here for a very long time. If you understand what I mean. So personally, within a year, then that experienced manager will get that team sorted.
Yeah.
With the right players around the young players.
Yeah, and actually, this is what I was telling other people who
Yeah,
are. Yeah, go on, Glenn. Go on, Glenn. Go on, Nathan.
Mostly, you say like an experienced manager. Like I was talking to my cousin, big Chelsea fan. He's a big Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
And after Lampard lost 2 games in a row, he was like, obviously, like he's a big Lampard fan, but he was like, this is unacceptable. And he was like, how he doesn't like hearing words like process or 5-year plan, or he doesn't like to hear that, because he says, well, club, we like to win trophies, yeah. And I'm looking at our club, and I'm like, people are telling me to trust the process. I'm looking at other clubs, they're telling me like, he was like, oh, I would hate to be an Arsenal fan right now because they're telling me to trust the process. Yeah. They're like, they want to win now.
Yeah,
They
but
don't care about a process. They don't care about what you're gonna do.
what I want to say
They
to
care about
that,
what you're
Glenn.
gonna do now.
Yeah, what I want to say to that is, when it come to a football club, there is nothing like process. There's nothing like time. This is a instant result business. So they just
It's a
before they
results
said,
business.
oh,
It's a results
it's
business.
a result business. Before they said be excited. Now they said trust the process. And then when Arsenal get relegated, they will be telling us, don't worry, we will be back. For how long? You
Yeah,
understand? It is
in
true.
20 years we'll be back. In 20
Yeah,
years we'll be back.
it sounds funny, but that is true. But we said get excited. They got us Pepe. Everybody get excited. They didn't do any other business after that. Then they said, oh,
Yeah,
but trust the
listen,
process. They brought in Thomas Partey. They didn't bring any other player in after that. Now we're where we are right now.
listen.
Then they started to saying that, oh, if we get relegated, the players should be prepared to lose 25% of their wages. It means
Yeah.
they're planning for life in the championship. Before you know, they will be saying that, oh, we are sorry, Arsenal fan. Don't worry, we will be back.
On
So
Twitter, and then
you
they remove the
understand
replies.
what I mean? So
Do you know that? Do you know
I
that
know, I know
we
it
have
sounds.
tweeted,
I know it sounds like hard.
guys, guys? Do you know that we have tweeted more goals this season on our Twitter handle than we have scored?
now, actually, that's not where they started from. Actually, they started from when we moved to the Emirates. They said we want to go to the Emirates to go and compete with the like of Bayern Munich, right? We're not competing with the like of Bayern Munich. Then they said, be excited. Now they said, trust the process. Now we'll be hearing, don't worry, we'll be back. Because that is to me, that is the process they're asking us to trust. That is the process they're putting us through right now. If
And listen, I know it sounds.
Nathan,
I know it sounds a
Nathan,
bit harsh to say.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I know it sounds like harsh to say. Oh yeah, I want to win now. Yeah. But if you look at the teams over the past that have been struggling, yeah. If you look at Chelsea, the year they finished 10th, I know they had better players than we did. But where was their process? Their process was like, you know what? Let's get a world class manager. Why does Arsenal have to go? Why do we need a process? How come we can't just get a world class manager? I know it's not that easy, but how come we can just get a proper manager like Ancelotti and say, you know what? It's not. The only time it's a process is when you do something wrong. Then it becomes a process. Yeah. Because if you start the process right from the jump, it's not really a process because you already did what you needed. You already done what's required. But what was required was getting a proper manager and also getting rid of some of the players. We didn't do what was required. We already started off the process wrong. So that's why I never believed in the process. Because if you're gonna do a proper process, yeah, you can't say, oh, Liverpool, it took them years. Klopp won the league at Germany. What has Arteta even done in his playing career to even warrant getting the job? Freddie Limbo was more he deserved the job more than him. Sol Campbell deserved the job more than him because they actually managed. You can't say trust the process and then put in a manager that never managed before. Because I said after we won I almost said the World Cup. After we won the FA Cup, yeah, I was like, all right, cool. But when the going gets tough, what is Arteta going to do? And right now you're trying to see that right now you're seeing that he has no experience. It's not a proper process. It's a PR stunt. That's what it is.
Relentless. What I want to say is any young kid right now that do not know about Invincibles, right? And you went out to go and tell that young kid that is only Arsenal in the Premier League that went the whole season unbeaten. That kid will be looking at you. Are you joking? Don't joke. You understand what I mean? Until maybe probably you went on Google and just Google it and just read it. No kid right now will believe that Arsenal went the whole season unbeaten. Any kid that doesn't know about Invincible.
We're losing that generation of kids.
Military Guna FC says Arsenal fans wanted Arsene Wenger out, and
no. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this, because
we're not.
Arsene
You
Wenger,
don't want to debate on that one.
Part of the reason why we're here. Let's not do this.
And
No.
I want to say
he sent this football club back a decade.
I want to say to MGTV, like, we want these managers out because as a fan base, we aim higher. Our expectations are so high. They're just different from that of the people who are managing the football club. For us, we see ourselves as higher than Chelsea, higher than Tottenham. We shouldn't be competing with Tottenham. We shouldn't be lower than Tottenham, and that's why we want Wenger out, because he's not giving us results. We want Emery out because he's not giving us results. We have. I don't think there was an Arsenal fan who said Wenger out in 2004, Wenger out in 2006. No, there wasn't.
But let me touch on that. Let me actually touch on that one quickly.
Yeah, man.
When all Arsenal fans were saying that Wenger out, there is no split. All Arsenal fans are actually one. And when Arsenal sacked Unai Emery, if you go out now to go and ask every single Arsenal, no Arsenal fan want Tata to be the next manager. No Arsenal fan. It's only when Arsenal appoint a Tata that people will just say, okay, they appoint him now. We don't have a choice. We just have to back him. If you understand what I mean, because Arteta was last in the list of the manager they are contemplating to bring into the club to come and manage the club.
Yeah,
because no Arsenal fan wants him in the first place. So because I watch AFTV a lot, go back and watch it. Every single person that go on the interview say no, we don't want a Tata, we don't want every single one of them.
Yeah. But maybe apart from DT says he still backs the manager.
Yeah, because listen, go and watch DT interview. He doesn't want a Tata in the first place from the list. He doesn't want him. It's only when they appoint him, he got no choice than to back him. But when they first appointed Tata as an Arsenal fan, I backed him. But now it's kind of like, I kind of see now that the job is too big for him. The job is way too big for him. He doesn't realize that before anyway.
One thing you guys have to understand, I'm sure some of you guys understand. This is not Arsenal Football Club. This is not the football club that we all fell in love with. This is Arsenal Football brand. It's Arsenal Football brand. It's not a football club. Because if it was a football club, they would have sacked a manager that's if you look at Arteta, he's our second or third worst manager in our history. I don't know how he's accomplished that. I'll never know, but he's our second or third worst manager in our history. Yeah. So if we were a proper football club, we would have sacked him. Facts.
Because this guy just keep breaking record that's been there for years.
Breaking records left, right, we broken more records than we have wins this season. He's breaking records left, right.
This is the second time that we're going to have the worst season ever. The first time that we're having this bad season, to turn it over, they have to sack the manager and bring a different manager in to turn it over.
My cousin, the Chelsea fan I was telling you about, yesterday he told me something that really stuck with me. He said if Arteta was at Chelsea, they would have sacked him after he won the FA Cup because we finished 8th.
We finished 8th. That's exactly the first time I came onto this show, right? This is exactly what I said. FA Cup and Community Shield, this guy won. Blind Arsenal fan, they forget that this guy finished us below where Emery left us. Because he won the FA Cup, they think, he got something.
Him winning the FA Cup is one of the worst things that could have happened in recent history of Arsenal. Fact. I know that sounds OD. I know that sounds like too much, but it's facts. This is the worst team we've seen since the 70s. This is worse than the 70s, actually. Come on, this is.
You remember when Wigan won FA Cup? They are playing in the Championship at the same time they're playing in Europa League.
We wanted
because they won FA Cup, innit?
Listen, Arsenal fans wanted Arsene Wenger out for years because all he was doing was winning the FA Cup, and then all of a sudden Arteta wins the FA Cup, and it's like, oh my gosh, Arteta, come on, what is this? Are you serious?
It's either our expectations have been lowered or
it's in the gutter. Our expectations in the gutter.
It's like Di Matteo. He won the Champions League with Chelsea, and they sacked him.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Di Matteo. Yeah, we were saying Di Matteo won the Champions League but they could see that it's not good enough. I mean, if a manager is not good enough, they're not good enough. As simple as that.
Demon
But-
Taylor won the Champions League off a good vibe.
Yeah,
So when
man.
the vibe started, it was good vibes, bro. Come on, it was lucky.
So Nathan, how long would you give the new manager? 5 years, without accountability.
What new manager are we talking about? Like an Allegri,
Anyone.
Pochettino?
Anyone of your choice, and if we got the manager of your choice.
How long would I give him? Well,
Like an experienced manager, though.
I'll
We
give
need to
him
give
a
him a
while.
war chest.
Yeah.
We need to give.
You know what?
We need to give him something. We need to give a manager something, because I don't think this
Okay, so
team,
for example-
a manager can fix this team.
For example, I'll say I give it to Pochettino. Yeah. For example, I'll say let's just say for example Pochettino. You give him Pochettino, I'll give him what? Yeah, but is he doing bad though? So if he's doing bad, like what's the question? If he's doing bad, would I give him time?
Yeah,
Is that the question?
like for example, the first year he finishes 14th in the league.
Because
Yeah.
asking me
Yeah.
that question, you already know my answer to that question.
Because I mean, most people are going to say first year you're driving out the deadwood. Second year you're setting up your team. So probably as you drive out the deadwood, you're 14th. As you set up your team, you finish 10th. Probably the next year you could go back to Champions League or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So-
but Pochettino,
Where
yeah,
did Chelsea?
the football,
Where did Chelsea?
the results will probably be better. Oh, wait, you can go.
Yeah, dinner.
Oh, my friend's gone.
I don't think it's there, no.
Okay. So I want to cross over to Binu. Binu, I don't know which manager you would want, Arsenal, but provided you're given that chance and the manager comes, how long are you willing to give them?
Like personally, like when I first joined the stream, like I said, like Simeone, like I would prefer him. Then my second choice was this guy, like from Borussia Mönchengladbach, Marco Rose. He's fantastic manager in my opinion. He's a great manager because like he got the best out of some players. Like Marcus Thuram, Plia, Alexander Plia. The connection he made with the team. Like I used to watch Borussia Mönchengladbach games, and I can say like his tactics are not like too much of attacking, but when he does the attacking, it's unstoppable attacking because like this from the starting half, like he used to sit back. Then after that, like when he gets the moment, then he will try to attack. Mostly like counter attack. But when he starts to get the goals, then he will go full out attack. Because I like his style of tactics, and I have seen in YouTube many clips of his style of play. So like I would love to get him like if he comes to Arsenal, because like last year when Unai Emery was sacked, he was the most rumored one. Remember like him, Marco Rose, Brendan Rodgers, and mostly I think so Pochettino. These three were the most rumored Arsenal coach coach after Unai Emery sacked. But like as I said, like the board wants cheap option, they got Arteta. Now the time like for a manager for an experienced manager, I would give him like 1.5 years. I want to see like 1.5 years like how he changes. Like at least I will give him 2 transfer windows, and I have to see like whether he changes or not. Okay, leave about winning trophies like for first year. I would give him time for that. I want to just see like whether he improves the style of play, whether he improves the players, whether he picks up the right formation. So I would give a manager like 1.5 year.
Okay.
Like if our manager is sacked half of the season, I will give the new manager comes. I will give this that rest of the season and go off. Then I will give another season for him.
Yeah, this is the quick news. People, I'm sure no Arsenal fan will want to hear this anyway. Tottenham are now in semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, so I do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Imagine if they win the trophy.
I know. Dennis asks,
They will. They
according
will.
to the
They
players we
probably
have,
will.
how many can
Yeah.
remain with the team? Thanks, bro. Dinero, I'm handing over this to you. In your
Yeah.
opinion, according to the squad, we have almost 27 players. 2 are left out of the squad. How many remain? Who do you pick to remain? Just the remainers, because those ones that should leave, I think everybody thinks we know.
Listen, I think the first one we need to put there is my boy Martinelli.
Yeah, you know.
He's a straight fighter. Like
Yeah.
the guy, he takes it onto his shoulders. He reminds me of a young Alexis. That guy needs to stay there. I mean, you saw yesterday, yeah. We didn't even have a good team out there, but when he was on, he made a difference. Started pressing on defenders,
correct.
making them make
I agree.
mistakes. Man done his thing yesterday and even got us the goal. Secondly, I'll stick with Saka. He's someone that obviously he's not scared. Gabriel, Thomas Partey,
Okay.
Uber, and
Yeah.
obviously in investment wise, because he's put too much on Pepe. I'll put Pepe in there. I can't think of anyone else.
Leno,
that I
you keep
think-
Leno.
think-
Keep Leno.
Oh, obviously the young boys.
Or the young
Boys,
boys.
we keep them, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the young boys, so I'm keeping Balogun. What's his name?
Smith Rowe.
Nelson. He needs to prove himself. Smith Rowe. Them guys are ballers. I'll keep them, but I can't.
Yeah.
I
had
can't
a
think
big-
of the refs.
How about Ronison? You're gonna keep Ronison?
I forgot about him. I forgot about now. He needs to go. He needs to go with the rest of them.
Guys, I had a big debate here with one of the people who always comes on Zoom. I was saying if we had realized last year or 2 years ago that Alexander Lacazette is going to be the player he is right now, we should have sold him when we could. And I was like, why could we be in a position where we need to decide whether Pepe is also going to be another Alexander Lacazette, a player who we think is going to be, who's going to blow up, become better, and he's not going to become better. And for me, I was like, if there is a player I can sell right now, and someone is giving me money, I would let Pepe go, get some good money, and get in a player who can deliver. I put him on the list of people I can let go out of us. No,
I just a quick one to that. I just think Pepe was mismanaged. It's not Pepe is not playing the type of football that he wanted to play. If you go and look at him in his previous club before he came to Arsenal, this guy was scoring from left, right, and center. He's just been mismanaged. Because first of all, this guy was signed under Emery, right? Emery doesn't want Pepe, he wants Zaha. I said that before. He wants Zaha to come into Arsenal. So, but they bought in Pepe. He doesn't know how to kind of use him. It's because this guy only got one left foot player. He cannot use his right foot. And if you look at Zaha, Zaha got both feet. You can use whether left or right. He can cut into his left. He can cut into his right. But Pepe can only use just his left foot. He can't use any other. If you understand what I mean. But he's just been. I would say the guy has just been mismanaged. True. That's all.
I think the thing with Pepe. Sorry, my thing keeps going. I think the thing with Pepe as well is the players around him. Because when he was at Lille, they were playing balls for him to run on, and guy was, and the team that he was playing with, they were more of like a counter-attacking. So when they're on the break, boom, Pepe, he's through. As soon as he gets it on his left foot, gone. But for some reason, this team, they'll see a runner, but they don't through ball it. It's like.
That happened so many times yesterday. I don't know. They see a runner and they don't slip it in. It happened so many times in the yesterday game because Manchester City is the team that play high up the pitch.
Someone says majority of Pepe's goals were penalties and attacking, and counter-attacking goals is average.
Mm.
No. He is not. Listen, if you get 35, if you get 35 goals and assists in a season, yeah, I don't care what league you play in. Yeah, you have world-class potential. It's down to the manager who gets paid $6 million a year to find that potential. And because Arteta doesn't have a clue what he's doing, instead of helping Pepe, he would rather sit him out and not try to do the hard work and see if he can get the system working for him. Because he don't care. He don't care. He don't care about Pepe. He didn't buy Pepe, so he don't care. He bought William.
Yeah, from where you're gonna know that this manager is lack experience is when the team is losing. He doesn't know a way of how to get back into the game. He just persists on what he wants the player to carry on doing, and if it's not working, it's not working. I'm not sure what team we you remember when we played Man City early in the season, we lost to them as well.
Yeah.
You know what? You see what they know that Aubameyang is going to be playing from the left. He's going to be cutting in. They only put one player on him, which is Kyle Walker, because Kyle Walker is very quick. Immediately, Kyle Walker shot Aubameyang down. He can't do any other thing. They know how quick it is, and this guy keep doing exactly the same thing for the whole 90 minutes. You know that Kyle Walker is on this guy. Just try at the other side and see whether any other thing is. Try the middle. We never play from within the middle at all. We never try to score goals from the middle, apart from knock it wide, whip it in, knock it to the right, whip it in, knock it to the left, whip it in. Aubameyang is not a striker that is going to use his head to score goals. How many goals has he scored with his head since he's been scoring? You know,
I've scored no goals.
I think as well, it all comes down to
Harris says 10 assists, 10 open play, 10 penalties.
10 penalties.
But he had won 7 of those 10 penalties. That makes him a quality player, because if he's making the penalties, then he's converting them. Yeah. I think.
I mean, you have to get in the right spots. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was quality. He was quality, but probably
I want to call out Nolan. Yeah, this is probably the last time I'm gonna call him out. Yeah, I want to call him out because he said something yesterday. Yeah, that really just was wrong. He said that Saliba is not better than Fofana. I don't know if you watched Saint Etienne, but Saint Etienne were relegation favorites until Saliba was fit. Then they started going up the table. Then he got injured again, and then they went down the table. But if Fofana's better than him, then they would have never been in that relegation. So I don't know what's going on. Clearly, when he's in the team, they do better. But what my thing is here is that if you look at Saliba, he's 19 years old. He's young. I'm not saying play him every week, but what you don't do, is just leave him in the under 23s. You let him play some under 23s game, and then you also give him opportunities in the first team. Like I said earlier, you can't play Runnison, who's might not even be a championship level goalkeeper. Let's be real. You give him game time over a 19-year-old that needs as much playing time as possible. You cannot sit there and say, "Oh, he makes mistakes. He makes mistakes." He's 19 years old. What do you want him to do? He's not Van Dijk. It's actually a good thing. It's a good thing for him to make mistakes because at least he's learning from it. It's better than him being Mustafi, who's like 29, 20, the same mistakes.
Relentless. How old is Saka? Saka is 19, and he plays week in, week out. He learns from his mistake. If Saliba doesn't play in the first team, how is he going to learn?
And he's not
going to learn. How's he going to develop? You can't just say, "Oh, he makes mistakes. That's why you're not going to play him."
A good example is look at what when Chelsea had that transfer ban. They played they put the young boys in. And they didn't do a bad job.
They didn't do a bad job. That's right. They didn't do a bad job at all. And when the transfer ban is over, they went out to go and buy an experienced defender and bring them in. If you understand what I mean. So
Yeah.
it is I mean the situation Arsenal is now, they really need to do something about it. Like I said from the beginning of the show, we Arsenal fan, we are the one that can turn it around. We just need to stop fighting each other. And when we stop fighting each other, we all come to one. And if everybody needs to say, okay, we need to march down to the Emirate now and stop this, you know, we all can just go there and just say, okay, we need to stop this right now because it's not going well, because the
and
owner of
also
the
this
club
fan
is
base.
not, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fan base, we need to stop. We need to become one. And fighting each other is because you will be thinking that all these guys at the top, they're not watching all these shows. They do. They are watching it, and they know that the fan base are not united. If you understand what I mean. So if fan base get united, then that is, one puzzle solved. Then we can go to the next puzzle and said, okay, this is our club. We don't want our club to go down the drain, because, like I said, the ship is sinking really fast and fast. So for us to stop it, to go down completely, the fan base has to stop fighting each other, because I don't like watching all these channels, and then this person will be fighting this person. Lee will be sending attack to DT. DT will be sending. We don't need that at this
Yeah.
point. We don't really need that at this point, because this will not solve the problem. I tell you right now. So everybody just have to kind of come to one, forget about the past. That one is a past, and just let's be united, and we can just move forward from it. Because if we keep carrying on like this, even if the club get relegated, they, they will just say
Stop it.
no, they don't care. you know they will just
Yeah.
say the fan themselves don't care. They fighting
But
each other.
Yeah,
I
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Musty. But yeah, what I refuse to do, yeah, is sit there and hear fans chat crap day after day after day. This fan base, yeah, I'm sick of this
Mm.
fan base, man. All they do is sit there and banter other clubs, banter other clubs. Oh, welcome to the Europa League United. What do you mean, welcome to Europa? You've been in the Europa League for 4 years.
Oh
The
yeah.
fans sit
Thank
there and
you.
say, "Oh, trust the process. Give him this."
It's like
I'm sick of
we are
this
happy
fan
when
base. Yeah,
other teams
has
lose.
killed. It's killed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that is the
Fan base
thing.
It's
has
Like,
killed this.
our biggest win is like
Fan
other teams
party and
losing.
the fan base have killed it.
yeah, that is the thing. Because I said that before. Arsenal
Exactly. That's our
fans
wins.
we just need to forget about the other clubs. Forget about them. Let
Yeah.
them face their own problem.
Mm,
Let's
yeah.
face our own problem.
Focus on us.
Just
Yeah.
facing, if you face your own problem first before, why do you want to leave your own problem and started dealing with another person's problem?
Harris says people like GT don't want to say they were wrong for overrating Mikel Arteta.
No, I
Well,
would honestly blame him because like he's stuck in so much like he can't remove him back now because he can't like avoid him because he even backed troops backed Unai Emery a lot. If I have seen many of his videos backing Unai Emery a lot, but it came into a situation like he had to leave. That's no choice. But DT doesn't leave it because like he's stick on his opinions.
I think what it is as well is a lot of. I think now we need to see like we need to think logically and instead of reacting. I think we act emotionally because of the you know we don't like seeing the state of the club
mm.
and how it's forming. And what is the problem anyway? What is the problem? Is it the players or is it the manager?
What I would say,
It's
is
the manager.
one of
It's the fan base. It's the owner. It's the board.
mistake Arsenal
See,
made
like
is appointing no non-experienced manager in the first place. But I know Emery has got an experience, but the only reason why Emery gets sacked is because of the communication problem. He's playing good football. If you give him a longer time, what you give Atata now, I'm sure Arsenal is not going to be in this mess.
My thing is though, these
Listen,
players, yeah.
No, like, do you think like this honor is playing a big role? Because like how when if you guys see a Turkish channel, like he's not like yes, he blames manager, he blames players, but the main reason he blames is the owner, because like the owner is the one who's employing this board, and the board is the one who's employing this manager, inexperienced manager. So like if we all stand together and if we take Keronke out, it will be a better situation for all the fans to unite together, and like to remove that guy. Then if we remove that guy, automatically that board and the manager will leave. So then it will be a new whole structure of the process. I think that's the only way the fans will unite.
You know what I think it is as well.
Mostly you said.
I think the board. They made a bold. They made a bold decision, yeah, of getting an inexperienced manager. Because if you look at what's his name, the guy from Leipzig. That is it. The manager of Leipzig.
Nayan Guzman.
Legasman.
How? Yeah, that's it. How old is he? Is he what? He's young as well.
He's 32, 33.
Yeah, but
He's
that
younger
guy,
than Arteta.
that guy has been managing since he was like maybe probably 25 or so.
Yeah, he looked at Red Bull
retired
Salzburg.
so early.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
That's the
he
difference between
managed Salzburg.
that's the difference.
I think this decision. I think the decision that they made, it could have gone really good. Or it could have been a really, really good decision, or it could have been a really bad decision, which we're experiencing now. I think it's a risk. It's a big risk that we took, but we'll see if it's gonna be worth it.
Kosi see the comment. I think he himself answered the question, like what we are trying to say. Because because Karonke is the one who is hiring this board, and which automatically brings this board to hire an inexperienced manager. So like Karonke is the one like who's starting this mess first of all, like not backing, like no intention of seeing this football. I don't know even if he will even know the result of our score yesterday. He might not be even watching the match also. So like so that's the main reasons I'm saying, like if we, the only thing like we can unite together, like even if you are Arteta in or Arteta out, only thing we can unite is there, like you have to like get rid of Karonke at all costs. Like I know it's a hard take, but I don't know, but that's the only option. Like we all fans can unite together and do it, because like I can't see this manager. Everyone will unite it and like will come to a decision. So like I think the owner is the one we can possibly make him out.
And listen, I want to say one last thing, yeah, real quick thing. But listen, as fans, yeah, well, not us, yeah, but the fan base have allowed their expectations to drop. Once Arsene Wenger kept on staying out the club. He kept on getting embarrassed by teams. He kept on staying out the club, stinking the place out. We've allowed our expectations to drop for years and years and years. Oh, it's okay to only get top 4. Oh, it's okay to make it in the Champions League, but just get eliminated in the round of 16. Oh, at least we made it. What do you mean at least we made it? Are you mad? Bro, this is Arsenal Football Club, and you're talking about getting eliminated in the round of 16. You're saying at least we made it. Listen, they've hired people like Edu, people like Vinay, people like Arteta, who are all arrogant little. I don't even want to say the words. They're all arrogant, all of them. Because when he's coming out saying, the fans are asking for Messi, they're mugging you off. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the fans because they know most of the fans will accept this bullshit that they're giving us. If you if you demand bullshit, you're gonna get served up bullshit.
Yeah, but then where did they came from? It came from Corinthian, right? From Brazil. Yeah. What level did Corinthian? Yeah, what level of football Corinthian played? They play probably if Corinthian is going to be in the English league, they will probably be in the National League, if I'm correct, right? And Arsenal went out to go and bring someone that is managing Corinth, that is maybe probably in the Corinthian board to come and be their. What do you expect, man?
And that's what I told you guys, that maybe the expectations of the fans are big, but the expectations of the people who hold power at the club are so small. Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate.
No problem. It's a pleasure, man. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Cozy, one last thing, Cozy, before you go.
Yeah.
One last thing, yeah.
Yes, Nathan.
You have Edu, you have Vinay, you have Arteta. They're all young and inexperienced. And then if you look at the board, which is probably about what 20 people, they're all in the late 70s or 80s. They've been there for years. So are you trying to go down this younger route, or are you trying to go down the more experienced route? Because I look at the board, yeah. The reason why the team are making these dumb decisions because they're all old and the methods that they were using is outdated. They don't know what they're doing. So you just need to get rid of the whole board. This is why I blame the owner, because he doesn't know about football. Yeah, if you put somebody to run your business, you don't know if they're doing a good job or not, because you don't know. The whole club from top to bottom is shambles. Shambles.
Guys, I told you, Arsenal talk can never end. We can never end.
That's right. Yeah.
We can never end. We keep on going and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I just hope one day, or we spend a year talking about positives. I don't know whether that will happen.
One day, I would say. One day.
It'll come. It'll come.
Yeah.
If
Anyway, guys,
Pochettino
thanks
comes in,
everybody for
get rid
coming
of
on.
half of these. Yeah.
Massively appreciated, guys.
Big up.
Big up, guys. Big up. Big
Yeah,
up,
No
guys.
problem. Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yeah, big up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cozy. Thanks.
Yeah.
See you.
When we doing this again?
Arteta out.
Yeah,
When are we doing this again, Cozy?
tomorrow same time, bro.
Alright, same time, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, man.
We speak
Yeah,
again
on it-
tomorrow.
Yeah, on
cool.
a daily basis. Okay,
Cool.
speak to you soon, guys.
Alright.
And everybody who has been
Arteta
watching, if you enjoyed it, we are gonna be. I'm going to re-upload it, of course. I always do upload the part of the panel, so make sure you check it out. As always, come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners. I hope we can step up and start winning some games, because this is so frustrating.